Hi everyone, so today's video I'm going to be doing a garden tour, just filming the intro as I'm out for the day because I completely forgot to film it yesterday when I filmed the video. But yes, start of July at the moment and there's lots going on in the garden, so I'm very excited to show you. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. So I've decided I'm going to start the garden tour at the other end of the garden today because I never start it up here. I always start it down at the bottom. But all of these beds are the actual exciting part. So the corn is looking so good. We've got some of them are still babies because I think some germinated later than others, but it is what it is. And I mean, some of these just look so good, so I'm so excited for these when they finally come through. And I did go ahead and plant some beans in between as well because I'm going to try and do the Three Sisters method in the bed. We've got one more popping up down there as well. So they're all coming along really nicely. And there's also a butternut squash in here as well. Only one of these germinated, but to be honest, I think that's going to be fine because it's going to take up a lot of room in this bed, but I kind of need to train it to go over here perhaps. But still, that one is looking really good. To be honest, everything in this bed is looking really healthy, so very happy about this. And then the sunflowers are definitely coming in big and strong. So we've got some down here, which that one's a little baby, some shorter, but we've got 3 or 4 decently sized ones. And I did just plant a few different variations, so I wasn't actually sure which is which, but I'm sure we'll be able to tell when they actually come up. But I'm super excited about these. And then I did dig up all of the potatoes from here the other day just because they were shading out, well, practically everything. So I just dug them all up and we got a decent amount, like half a bucket full of potatoes just from in here. So I do really need to think about what I'm going to pop in here. And I'm not exactly sure yet, but I'm probably going to do salad. But I kind of need to get a bit of a wiggle on with that, I think. Then into the tomatoes. So I can't actually remember which ones are these. The Borgies. Sounds a bit strange. Anyway, these are some of the ones that I got from the guy from Facebook. But look at these. There's so many fruits and there's some on that one over there. These ones are looking really good. Oh, and there's more forming there as well. And so many more flowers coming. But these look really quite good. So I'm very happy about these. I trim them kind of every couple of weeks or so, and that seems to be doing a good job for them. But I definitely planted these perhaps a little bit too close together. Like that one's still a baby, but I am definitely going to get on top of my tomato seedling growing game next year because yeah, I obviously had to go and get some from the guy from Facebook, but these look so good. Elijah's happy that he has his digging patch left, although he's probably going to use it as a toilet, which is not ideal, is it, mister? Very happy. Then over in this part of the bed, I have some random carrots that have started coming up because I did plant some carrots in this bed a while ago, and then Elijah kind of dug around a bit, so none of them came up. But this is obviously where one of the seeds did come up. We've got a cucumber here which looks a little bit sad. This is a white wonder cucumber, so it doesn't look too great, but I'm just leaving it there to kind of see what it does. But then this cucumber here, this is a market more, and this one looks so much better. I've just popped it on a kind of bamboo cane so that it can trellis up there. But we've got lots of flowers on here, which is good news. No cucumbers that I can see as of yet, but we are very close, so that's very exciting. Also have cucumbers in the hanging baskets. The only thing with these is it's very difficult to keep them well watered. I had a few flowers, but some of them have died, and again I think it's just because they dry out so quickly. But we've been having really kind of strange weather recently where it's just been very dry and also very hot, which is not normal for us. Some of the plants are loving it and some aren't, but yeah, this is okay, and so is that one over there, but they're not looking as great as they probably could be, but that's okay. Just a bit yellow. Anyway, it will be fine. Then these are some cabbages. I can't actually remember what variety they were, and I just started, well, I popped them in here because I started them off and then I kind of didn't think I had anywhere to put them, but then I found a little space. They are very close together, but nevertheless they're looking good, and I think they're just starting to form the heads now, which is super exciting. I love how brassicas look in the garden. I just think they're gorgeous. Then we've got some more tomatoes in this bed. Again, got some really nice looking ones there and some new ones forming over here as well. Not as many flowers on these, but they are kind of just about to start forming, if you can see that. And some more down here. But I'm very happy with all of the tomatoes this year, because this was the one thing that I was like super excited to start growing so that I could make pasta sauce, because that's my favourite thing. And yeah, super chuffed with it. The strawberry planter, which this has kind of stopped producing now, it's just kind of out of season, but we've got lots of runners coming off, so I'm definitely going to try and plant some of these so that we can get some more plants for next year. But I think I'm going to plant some in the ground next year rather than having them in these, because these planters, although the kind of thought behind them was really good, I just think they dried out quite quickly, and I'm not sure if each of the plants had enough room to kind of thrive as much as they could have done, but nevertheless it did, it was very productive. So more strawberry plants in here. We've got a few left that are still coming through, but again, just not sure how much they were thriving in the pots. And then this is my golden raspberry plant, which I didn't think I was going to get any fruit from this year because, well, I wasn't getting any, but starting to fruit up here finally. Yeah, very strange, because I've always had fruit from this and it's always been kind of very prolific, but I didn't touch this plant until maybe a week and a half ago. But I chopped off all of the bottom leaves and I kind of tied it together, and that's just shot up ever since I cut it down. But I think that might have done it a bit of good, just to chop all of the bottom leaves off, because they were quite dead as well. But yeah, very happy, because I didn't think that this was going to fruit this year, which would have been a shame because they're very pretty. I have two more tomato plants here. These are the purple calabash, but I don't think I've got any fruit on these yet. Lots of flowers coming through, but no fruit as of yet, almost. Oh, there's literally teeny one in there, but that'll be exciting. Then what did I put in here? I think this was beetroot. I think I put beetroot in here, but it's good to see that it's coming up, because it wasn't coming up when I watered the garden the other day, so that's very exciting. This is the blackcurrant bush, which doesn't really have any fruit on. I got like 2 blackcurrants off this, but I think it just needs to be either in a bigger pot or just kind of establish itself the next year. Another tomato bed. Oh my gosh, it's falling over. But yes, another tomato bed in here. I think these might be the San Marzanos, but they're kind of coming on nicely. These are a bit delayed in terms of the fruit production compared to the others, but they're looking healthy, nice and healthy anyway. And then down the other end of this bed, I've put some seeds down under these little propagator lids. They're not germinated yet, it's lettuce and stuff, but they need some more water, to be honest. so we've not got anything, but that's okay. And then we've got a mange 2 here as well, which seems to have fallen over, but we've got some fruit on here, so I should probably pick these if that wants to go on there. But look, we've got a few that I can probably pick, but I don't want to. I've just trellised it, now it's coming off again. Right, I should come out here with some scissors to do this, and maybe pick them when I'm actually going to eat them and not just pick them for the sake of picking them. Right, I need 2 hands for this. Okay, that looks much better up there. But yeah, we've got a few fruit on there, so that's exciting. But yeah, I'll come out and pick these later, I think. And then over in the next bed is where we've got the kale and the broccoli. The kale is a bit smaller than the broccoli, and as you can see, most of it has been chomped down by the butterflies, but I think that's fine. It is what it is. There's so many little eggs on here, but I just think I had these like as seeds. I sowed them, and I just think like that one would be fine to eat. I'm just gonna leave them and they can just do what they want, I think. But the broccoli is looking good as well, and although the kind of leaves are a bit chomped down, just waiting for the actual broccoli heads, although these are sprouting broccoli, so they should give off like a few little heads, and not just like one big head of garlic. Oh my gosh, I'm actually going insane. I'm so tired because I've had a very long work week and my brain is actually not functioning. It's currently Friday lunchtime and clearly my brain's not working very well. But look how many caterpillars there are on there. Oh my gosh, that's actually so bad. Oh no. To be honest, I've literally not tried to keep the bugs off these, so I'm not too mad about it. They can just do their thing, you know? Then in here we've got some carrot seeds, and I think this is spinach as well. I sowed these so long ago, but they were originally down the side of the garden there, and it doesn't get much shade, so I've popped them at the edge of each of the beds, and they seem to be doing much better now that they are. There it is, there's the culprit. Pretty though. Yeah, they just weren't really doing much over there, so now that I brought them over here, they are kind of thriving a little bit more, but it just shows that some things you just can't grow in the shade, which is fine, but happy that they're growing again now. And there's also some spring onions there that were doing the same thing, but they are growing much more nicely now. A raspberry plant, which is literally just one cane. Tell me why it looks like this. I don't know. The raspberry plants were not that great this year, I can't lie, the ones that I got from the garden centre, but this one is putting on some more fruit now, but it's just not very stable. But I think it's fine. We shall see. The rhubarb is looking so good, especially considering it's in a pot. I can't believe it. I think I'm definitely going to put this in the ground next year, but it's looking really, really good. Blueberry plant, blueberry plant, blueberry plant, and there are actually some ripe fruits on here, so I need to come out and pick them really. But I'm just trying my best to eat all of the food that's in the fridge, because I did a Tesco order a couple of weeks ago, so I've just got some veggies and fruit that really need eating, and then once I've got rid of all of those, then I can concentrate on eating the stuff from the garden, because it is coming in kind of not thick and fast just yet, but there's a lot growing. Lavender plant and the snapdragon is kind of holding on for dear life, but it's still very pretty. Then in the final kind of garden bed area, we've got thyme along the front, which is not doing, actually to be honest, it looks so much better than it did a couple of weeks ago. I just don't think they love being in the pots, so again I think next year I'm going to pop them in a border around the garden. Then the spring onions, which again are looking better than they were when they were round there, but still very, very small. The lettuce is going to bolt, so I really need to plant some more actually and just kind of pull that up. Some more tomatoes. I think these are pyramid tomatoes. These are a little later on, the flowers and stuff, but they are here, and those ones have just died back there. So these should be good. These are supposed to be a really good one for sauces, so I'm very excited about these. Oh, we have got some down here actually. Just in there. So that's exciting. And then the courgettes are through here, and I actually picked my very first courgette the other day. But again, I have so many courgettes in the house already that I just need to eat. So I gave the first one to my mum, which is exciting. Oh, and this is the yellow one actually. We've got our first yellow ones coming through, so that's very exciting as well. And then this one up here is the Tondo variety, I think it's called. There's literally, these leaves are humongous, I can't even get through. But they're the round courgettes. You can see that one there. It's not opened its flower yet, but that should be very, very exciting. And then there are a few baby plants down there that are kind of just getting shaded out, but I'm just going to leave them because they're fine. So that's it for all of the garden beds along here, but I'm just so chuffed with how kind of prolific it is. So green. I'm just obsessed with it. But yeah, very, very happy with how everything is looking. Got a nasturtium down here, which doesn't look too happy, but it's looking lots better than it did before, to be honest. Forget-me-nots, which I think are kind of died back now. And then in the greenhouse, it's very exciting because we've got our first peppers coming through. I've honestly nursed these plants for the longest time, and I'm so happy that they are finally fruiting. The basil is actually looking much better than it did before it got attacked by the slugs, but that is looking healthier. These plants at the front weren't doing as well because you can see they've been chomped down, but they are still putting on some fruit there, which is nice. I don't think that the peppers liked being in these trays as much as they did in the circular pots, but that's okay. Learn for next year. Some more babies here. So exciting. I'm honestly loving this. Some more basil back here that I grew from seed, which again is, you know, doing what it can. And then this is the cannellini bean from the supermarket, which is just a little experiment. But like, look at that pepper. I'm so excited about these. Maybe this is the most exciting thing. Oh, I don't know. But they're looking really, really good. And like, look at these, the jalapenos. Oh, so exciting. And then I need to pick these really, but we've got our very first cucumbers, and these are, Beth Allen is the variety of these. They are snacking cucumbers, so they are only supposed to be little diddy things, but we've got 2 of them, so I should pick those later. Maybe have them with my dinner, but very, very exciting. This one is growing fantastically, and I'm trying to train it up the kind of side of the greenhouse. The butterflies keep getting trapped in the greenhouse as well. I do keep the door open during the day because it's just so hot at the moment. The plants are loving, like, kind of getting the air in because it's just, yeah, boiling at the moment. Then these pots down here are all herbs. So again, as I mentioned before, they're not loving the pots. That oregano is looking so much better than it was before. My phone just started overheating, so I had to go and put it in the fridge so that I could finish the video. Anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, the herbs are not looking too bad considering the fact that they weren't looking too happy a few weeks ago. But the compost that I got had a bunch of mushrooms in it. It was just a very cheap one from Wix, as I was doing an online order anyway, and I just thought I would order some if I was having to pay for delivery anyway, but I won't get that again next time, but that's okay. And then a random spinach in there because I did plant seeds out in these. I direct sowed them. It was ages ago now, but yeah, none of them grew basically. And also a baby basil down there because that didn't grow. I tried that after, and now they're randomly coming up, but that's okay. I think I've learnt my lesson and I need to perhaps start them off inside and then plant them out. I'm not very good at looking after seedlings after I plant them out, is what I've discovered. But anyways, some sage and some mushrooms again because of the compost, some thyme and the lemon balm, which does look much better than it did a couple of weeks ago as well. Hello, mister. And then these are actually looking really good. These are the black turtle beans that I got from Tesco's, just the usual ones that you would eat. There's another one at this side, and then in the middle there is an nasturtium, which is looking amazing. Yeah, lovely. No flowers yet, but the leaves are looking fab. And then in here I've got a random radish, I think this is, and then some sugar snap peas, these are. So they are just trellising up nicely whilst they wait to grow. This one's fallen down as well. And then again some random radish down the bottom. And then I finally got an echinacea plant from the garden centre. They had some in there, and well, this is a very big one, but it's very pretty. And then I also went to a little nursery by me as well, and they had some more echinacea plants, but these were a different variety, and I've thrown the label away, which is actually really annoying, but it was basically they just had different coloured flowers to the regular echinacea, but I just thought that would be very pretty. Got our lavender growing. It's kind of spreading out crazily in here. Again, I'm going to pop this into the borders next year, I think, because I think it's just not loving its life too much in the plant pot, but it is looking a lot better than it was at the start of the season. Then over here, I've just got some more radish, which are growing very nicely. I've got some French radish in here, and then also I think these ones are cherry bell, if I remember correctly. These ones look good. I planted them out with the proper spacing and didn't actually just chuck seeds in there, and they're doing much better than the ones that I grew before. These are some more not sweet peas, sugar snap peas. They're also growing nicely. Just tied that together so they can kind of grow out there. And then again, I did grow parsnips. Well, I sowed parsnip seeds in here in the beginning of the year, and just a few of them just didn't germinate, but I've got a few popping up that have kind of decided to make their way into the world, so that's exciting. And then the flowers around the bottom of the plum tree, very pretty. Yeah, they're doing well. The dahlia, I really need to do some deadheading in the garden, so let's not look at that yet. But the trees are looking so good. It's so tall, the plum tree. And then this is the pear tree again, doing really, really well. And at the bottom of the pear tree, it's so exciting, I've got chamomile. I grew these from seed, so I'm very, very happy with these. Again, I need to come through and pick some off. Look how perfect that one is. Gorgeous. And some borage as well, which I also grew this from seed, which I'm very, very happy with. Getting so many flowers on it, it's crazy. But yeah, I'm really, really chuffed with those. This is the apple tree, which again is doing really well, considering I thought that this was dead last year, but it's come back full force, very healthy. And then the cherry tree, which I think this definitely had cherries on in the last video that I did, but they've all ripened, so we've picked them all now. But this just looks so much better than it did at the start of the year when it was infected. So happy that we managed to kind of clear all of the aphids off the tree. But yeah, just chuffed with that. The cherries were so good. I think it's a sunburst cherry tree, this one is. Sunburst, yeah. So that one was really, really good. And then I've got some cornflower here, which also grew these from seeds, and some calendula. So this is the second flower that's coming up. This was our first that's just dying back, but again, super, super chuffed with those because I grew those from seed as well. So everything is kind of coming out really nicely, and even the things that I thought weren't going to be doing too well, like the calendula, the borage, they're just taking a little bit more time than I thought they might, but that might be me being impatient. But it's all looking really, really, really good. And then finally down here, I picked up some other plants at the nursery the other day. Another dahlia, I never know how to say that. I've forgotten the name of this one, it begins with a G. And I've also forgotten the name of that one, which is not very useful. They produce these gorgeous flowers that have kind of red in the middle once they start growing out. So yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I did also get some plants for out the front of the house as well. But yeah, I'm loving it. So very exciting news, and the next video that comes out is going to be something even more exciting, but I won't share too much until next week. But yeah, very, very excited to share it all with you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.